I was like, oh shit, HighGuard's out. That game at the end of the Game Awards that like nobody knew anything about. And there was immediately huge expectations put on it because it was shown at the end of the Game Awards. I decided to download it and play it because it's free. Why not? I was like, you know what? I want to see what this game is actually like. My opinions on it. It's I can tell that there is a good game in there. It's just surrounded by a lot of why. It felt like they were just throwing a bunch of shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. You have so many mechanics and none of them are really refined. It's a very raw game. I will say the gunplay is fine. It's former Respawn devs. It's Titanfall 2 / Apex gunplay. It's fine. That's about the least of the game's worries. The biggest issue that I had first off was this map is huge, especially for 3v3. This is a 3v3 game on a gigantic map. This map would feel big with 10v10. That was my first big thing. I was like, there's so much like downtime and there's so much empty space. You could have very easily had half the map and the gameplay would be basically the same, except it would be a little more active. Either they weren't confident they would have the player base, or they were worried about like performance, which is another thing too. That game performs like butt. I had to play that game on low. Was the game ugly on low? No. Most modern games still look really good on low graphics, and the higher you get, just the more nitpicky you get. I'm not saying like the game is unplayable or is a blurred mess of pixels. It's a competitive FPS game at its core. I want a good frame rate. So when I couldn't keep 120 frames a second on low, that's a problem. There was also just some things that just didn't really need to be there. The fortifying of the walls doesn't do anything for the game. There is things I like. The gunplay, fun. The mounts, fun. There's just a lot of downtime because the maps are so big. If anything, they should have gone more MOBA with it. Throw little mid-bosses on the edges of the maps to give your team buffs. Just commit to the bit. Their heroes, none of them were compelling. All of them just felt like the same character, just a different model and slightly different powers. The game almost feels like everything is just halfway. They went halfway with everything. They didn't go all the way with anything. I think Jeff Keighley has a lot of blame for this one. I think it shows how much sway he actually has in gaming. That game was doomed by the high standards of being in that position, and nobody knew. It was immediately a meme of like, what the fuck is HighGuard? The game just needed to cook a lot longer. And if that game would have released as is, as a shadow drop, and they could just improve the game over time, make changes, stuff like that, and then maybe have a solid game going forward. They don't have that opportunity now. I mean, they do. The first impression's already bad because they were put in this extremely high value position. If I had to grade it, I'd probably give it a straight up 5. There is good things about it. There's not so great things about it. I don't think it's a bad game. Am I going to play it again? Probably not. Part hero shooter, part MOBA, part just FPS. It needed to focus on one of those, and it didn't focus on any of them.